and how I came to discover mine. And one of the individuals that strongly strengthened me in that conviction is somebody called Secretary. In many cases, he's not a very popular man. But he made a point that an individual should be grateful to society. Because when you were born, you came naked. All right? And society clothed you. You came empty. You came vulnerable, weak. And society had to strengthen you. You had no ambitions. You had no ideas. And society gave you that. Society educated you. If you happen to invent a laptop today or an aeroplane, he said, society is the creator of that aeroplane, not you. Because he said, if an individual, you take a boy, a newly born baby, or boy or girl, you dump him in the bush with the monkeys, or with the lions, or with Omar's snake. Snakes, huh?
Yeah, my snake.
Yeah, snakes, yeah.
My snake.
And this little child happens to grow among those animals. So that child will grow into an adult and would not know how to speak a human language, would not know how to dress, would not know how to build a house, how to cook his or her food.
Your hands together for society.
He said that human beings can only develop within the confines of the human society. So outside of the human society, a human being is nothing. So that when you get education, when you grow, you become like Jundu or Hasso. The question you need to ask yourself, whatever you know, Jundu never invented anything. Whatever he knew, he knows now, because he was inspired by people. Even to have an ambition is because you live within a human society that has taught you how to have ambition, because you've seen individuals have ambition.
Your hands together for that.
You know. So what you can only do, therefore, is to be grateful, to fulfill an obligation to that society by expanding.
He's now rounding up, so you listen carefully.
Yeah, the development of that society. The development of that society. Because when you claim that you have created a microphone that many people do here, rest assured that the idea, the act of really amplifying voices did not begin with this microphone. 100 years, 1,000 years ago, human beings have created tools to see how to amplify microphone, even by mere translation, interpretation. Somebody talks and then somebody shouts it out. It's still trying to amplify the voice of the original speaker. As this mic is trying to amplify my voice so that all of you can hear my voice. So essentially, therefore, whatever a human being does, you are merely fulfilling an obligation to society, because society is what develops you. Society is what makes you. So that an individual can only be grateful that if society empowers me, educates me, makes me what I am, I should give back to that society. You know. So that for me is my purpose of life. So that the education I have is not for me alone, it's an instrument that I should utilize to go back. And so when I ask the students of Armitage High School, what is your mission in life? I would say, look at your creed. It defines your mission in life. Enter to learn, go forth to serve.
Thank you very much. Put your hand together for
go forth to serve. There is no better mission of life than enter to learn, go forth to serve. What are you going to learn here? Now, the evidence is there. I mean, if you think that Hasum or Jundu is a great person, has contributed to the development of Omar and Lamin and all of these people out here, then the evidence, enter to learn, go forth to serve, has been justified, has been manifested. You know? So, you know, Jundu always teases me that I'm a talkative.
And you have a minute. Thank you.
I have a minute. And that minute, I'll just utilize it because I just wish to share my life and the life of few individuals I mentioned, including Jundu and Hassan. to inspire you so that, yes, it is important that you get good grades, you graduate, and we all should enjoy a good life. But always remember that you owe a gratitude, an obligation to society to contribute to the development of the society. Don't be a student, because Gruma said this, as a bad student and as a good student. A good student who would make sure he or she passes his or her grades, but at the same time is interested in the issues and the concerns of his surrounding. He joins clubs and movements, is interested in the affairs of society, and puts himself or herself on a path to contribute to expand the development and the freedom of society. But I want to end up with a letter that Patrice Lumumba wrote to his wife, just to show you what a man who has discovered a mission in life looks like. He was arrested, tortured, killed, shot, cut into pieces.
Can you tell Nawek to wait?
You know, put in some acid to dissolve his body so that there will be no evidence. But in the prison, somehow, he managed to get a letter out to his wife, and just listen to this letter. He said, "My dear wife."
At the end of the letter, a big clap, and that's the mic to Nyundo, right? Thank you. Agreement? All of us say yes. Yes. Thank you.
I'm writing these words, not knowing whether they will reach you, when they will reach you, and whether I shall be alive. When
it's a summary of the letter, not the entire text. If you need it, you can contact him, right?
It's the entire letter, it's one page. All right? All through my struggle for the independence of my country, I have never doubted for a single instant the final triumph of the sacred cause to which my companions and I have devoted all our lives. But what we wish for our country, its right to an honorable life, to independence without restrictions, was never desired by the Belgian imperialists and their Western allies, who found direct and indirect support, both deliberate and unintentional, among certain high officials of the United Nations, that organization in which we place all our trust when we called on its assistance. They have corrupted some of our compatriots and bribed others. They have helped to distort the truth and bring our independence into dishonor. How could I speak otherwise? Dead or alive, free or in prison, by order of the imperialists, it is not myself who counts. Listen to this. It is not myself who counts. It is the Congo. It is our poor people for whom independence has been transformed into a cage from whose confines the outside world looks on us sometimes with kind sympathy, but at other times with joy and pleasure. But my faith will remain unshakable. I know and I feel in my heart that sooner or later, my people will rid themselves of all their enemies, both internal and external, and that they will rise as one man or one person to say no to the degradation and shame of colonialism and regain their dignity in the clear light of the sun. We are not alone. Africa, Asia, and the free and liberated people from all corners of the world will always be found at the side of the millions of Congolese who will not abandon the struggle until the day when there are no longer any colonialists and mercenaries in our country. As for my children, whom I leave...
Listen to that carefully, the final bit.
As for my children, whom I leave and whom I may never see again, I should like them to be told that it is not for them, as it is for every Congolese. No, that it is for them, as it is for every Congolese to accomplish the sacred duty. I missed the point.
Thank you, Mari. I think what you're going to do, you're going to contact Mr. Jubate if you need a copy of that letter, and he's going to send it to you. He's not on our side, and we want to listen to this bit. I'm really sorry for cutting you short, Mr. Jubate. I have to be a ruthless chairman this time round.